Brother and sister Dharma. Today we'll cover the two more consciousness association with the Cetasika. Okay, you can see lecture 12. Huh?
Yes.
Okay, today we cover two of them, the super mundane and the super mundane. Okay, the final one is the local two. Okay, we go through just for your recap. Remember there are 7 universal Cetasika are common to all Citta. And then there are 6 occasional. Some of them will be present in all Citta. And then remember there are 14 Akusala Cetasika that can arise only in the 12 Akusala Citta. And then you can recall again, there are 25 Sobhana Cetasika that can arise only in the 59 Sobhana Citta. So today we covering one is already above higher attainment. So the Akusala side will not be coming in. Okay, you all can remember that. You are in the mundane and super mundane. The Akusala side is off the charts. Okay, we go bit by bit. Okay, so first one we're doing is remember there is 25 sublime type of consciousness. So we will be going to what the mundane jhana cittas. I mean, first jhana until the 5th jhana. Okay, if you all cannot remember, after I'll repeat again for you for those year one. Okay, remember this one in the year 1. Under this fine material, we have this what you call the fine material wholesome consciousness. So there are 5 of them. First jhana, wholesome consciousness, together with the initial application, sustained application, zest, happiness, and one-pointedness. That will happen only when you attain the first jhana. As you progress, you go to the second jhana, you drop one of them, especially the first one, which is the initial application. That one you will drop off. So every progressing of your jhana to a third one, you drop one more. And then this third jhana, you have this wholesome consciousness, you drop the sustain, and the initial, you have zest, happiness, and one-pointedness. And then the 4th jhana, wholesome consciousness, then here the zest is dropped. We got the happiness and one-pointedness. I hope you can recall that. If not, you go back to your book and read back again. And then on the 5th jhana, in Dhamma there's only 4, but in Abhidhamma there are 5th jhana. So the 5th jhana, there's a chain in here. The 5th jhana, the wholesome consciousness, from happiness, you will change it to equanimity. Okay, because in the 5th jhana, the happiness no more. You change to equanimity where you got no desire for one or the other. You are in the soul state of what? Neutral. Then with one-pointedness. So these are the 5 types of fine material wholesome consciousness. Okay, if you all can recall, you cannot recall, go back and read again. But under this category, they are divided into three sections. You also have the fine material sphere resultant consciousness, and the same cycle repeat from the very beginning one. The 5 of them repeat again. And then you have the third one also, the fine material sphere functional consciousness, and the same cycle repeat. So there are a total of 15 of them. Okay, 15. So today we're going to look through all these 3 categories. So the first one, we said about first jhana, wholesome consciousness, together with the initial application, sustained application, zest, happiness, and one-pointedness. So these will occur for all the three categories. So in this, the chitta, the first five material associate with 35 of these so-called chittasika, or what I call concomitants. So this called the Sangha way of doing it is to analyze what this chitta arises and what are the joining, what I call joining chittasika or mental factor will arise. So for the very first one, you have to remember there are 7 universal, 6 occasional, and 19 universal wholesome mental factor. So along with the wisdom arise automatically. For the first jhana, we have all these of them. So total, when you add up together, it will give you 7 plus 6 plus 19 plus 2 plus 1 equal 35. So we need to look at how the charts look like. Okay, we are talking, this is given by your brother previously. So we are talking on the first jhana. Okay, first jhana. So these are the so-called concomitants or chittasika that will occur. I mean, all these plus this, depending on various condition. So we have the first one of this. Okay, then the second jhana. Second jhana, one of them will be dropped, the so-called initial application. Okay, so when the third jhana arises, the same thing, one more will be dropped. Then the fourth one, and drop one more. Okay, and then the fifth one will exchange, the sukha will become the equanimity. So this is how this thing happening. So you have to look through and trace back this chart. Okay, so depending on how this thing happened at various jhana. Okay, this is your YMBA book covering only the first jhana. I mean the first, what I call material. Then the immaterial is not, if I'm not wrong, my book, according to YMBA book, they never cover the immaterial one. But certain Abhidhamma book, they give covering of these 12 of them. So here there's 3, 3, 3, 3, 15. In the immaterial, there are 12. Earlier, we have these 3 of them. Okay, 1, 2, 3, all the same number for each group. For the immaterial, there are 30 in 3 of them. Okay, immaterial one. So here we are talking about one. It's talking about the immaterial sphere consciousness. I don't know you can still recall. If no, you'll refer back to your year 1 notes. There are total of 12 of them. The first one, remember, it also follow the same pattern as the earlier material one. The immaterial sphere, wholesome consciousness. There are 4 of them. If you can remember, I think this is quite in-depth. They say, wholesome consciousness pertaining to the base of infinite space. I mean, this is beyond our imagination. Infinite is something like a void. Right? Then the wholesome consciousness pertaining to the base of infinite consciousness. Then the third one, the wholesome consciousness pertaining to the base of nothingness. And then the fourth one, the wholesome consciousness pertaining to the base of neither perception nor non-perception. So in the first one, immaterial, they are so-called wholesome. And then in the second group, we have the immaterial resultant consciousness, and it follows the same pattern too. Infinite space, infinite consciousness, nothingness, and neither perception nor non-perception. And the third group, is follow under immaterial sphere of functional consciousness. So this is another 4. So follow the same pattern. And then if you see this chart is 30-30 each equally divided. Okay, 30 of them, you got trace back of them. So it's slightly different from the earlier material one. This immaterial occupied 30. In the YMBA, is not listed, so it will not be tested. Okay, so this is what I call the mundane and super mundane. Super mundane is this one, sorry, mundane. Okay, material and immaterial. So this one will cover this particular part of consciousness. I don't know what they will test you on, but mostly will test you the figure only. Am I not wrong? It's testing all the figures. So for those year 2 people, you forgotten or what, you need to go back and recall back all of them. Okay. So for here, repeat again. This mundane, you have 4 under 7, 5 plus 19 plus 2 plus 1, 34. This is second one. So the initial drop, sustain, taken. So this is a second one. And the third one, you drop one more, so become 33. So this one, you with zest, happiness, and one-pointedness. Okay, this is the third one. And then the fourth one, I told you, only happiness or sukha and one-pointedness. So this one another 32. So next one, the fifth one. So exchange, as you know, the happiness become equanimity. So total 30. So this fifth jhana wholesome consciousness together equanimity and one-pointedness. So the same pattern repeats for resultant and functional chittas. So for your year 2, if you can't recall, still have to go back to year 1. Okay. 35, 34, 33, 32, 30. So this form the 25 sublime chittas. When this arise, this kind of cetasika will arise. Normally, they will ask you a number. You are not wrong. They test you the number, especially in multiple choice. Okay, so with this, we cover the so-called mundane and the immaterial one. All right, any question?
Yeah, Brother Ko had raised his hand. Please unmute, Brother Ko.
Yeah, Brother Rashika, I think the supply is 15 plus 12 is 27, not 25.
Which one?
The supply jhana, supply chitta,
Yeah,
is 15 plus 12, so it's 27.
not 27.
Your slide also show 27, but I think you mentioned 25. Just to make sure.
Okay, like if you any new, you can update them.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
this one all taken from the
27.
books. Books may create wrong, so no guarantee one. So for this, normally they test you number only. I don't think YMBA Sri Lanka they are as good as the Burmese. So come to here, they have already shortened out a lot of stuff. Okay, next one we'll go is the Lokotura. Okay, any more questions? No more, we go to Lokotura. Okay, everyone can see it.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay,
Good.
So this is the final one which we will cover. This one will cover those Arahant one, those with very high status, preparing to be Buddha in Arahant, I would say in Arahant, Buddha very hard to attain. So this cover under this 40 super mundane type of consciousness. Okay, this is tested in your YMBA, can't escape. So you need to learn. Forgotten, we will try to rerun one more time. Try to recall back to your year 1 again. Remember, towards the end there, we got this cover called Loko Tula Chitta. So this one is towards achievement of sainthood one. Remember the one of the super mundane wholesome consciousness. There are 4 in these 2 groups. First one is the wholesome consciousness, Lokotula Kusala Chitana. You have the path consciousness of stream entry, path consciousness of once returning, and path consciousness of non-returning. And the final one, the path consciousness of arahantship. So these 4 of them are considered as the 4 types of super mundane wholesome consciousness. And there's a subsequent group that's called super mundane resultant consciousness. When you get the wholesome, you have the resultant. And resultant is what you call the fusion. So the 4 of them in the resultant be the fusion consciousness of stream entry, fusion consciousness of once returning, and fusion consciousness of non-returning. And finally, the fusion of consciousness of arahantship. So together, there are 8 types of super mundane consciousness, wholesome 4 and resultant consciousness 4. So I hope you all can remember. So we were going to look into this. What are the concomitants or the mental factors that will arise? So totally, there are 40 chittas that are involved in this experience of enlightenment. Okay, total 40. So the arising of the 4 forms of path consciousness and fusion consciousness of the first super mundane absorption, I mean the stream entry on. There are 36 chittasika. So this 36 is consists of 7 universal chittasika, 6 occasional. Occasional means on certain happening, it will arise. That's why I call occasional. And 19 universal wholesome mental factor. Okay, 19 of them. So all the 19, what I call the good one will arise. And there are 3 sentences plus the wisdom. So why the 3 essences arise? Because the Eightfold Path is now fully present, and the tendency towards this bad thing like unwholesome speech, action, livelihood has been completely eradicated. That's why in the first jhana chittas, you have this 7 plus 6 plus 19 plus 3 plus 1, total 36. So the way of counting continues according to the realization to the jhanas. So we look to the just how this thing form. See,
Yeah.
So what we are talking about is the first jhana, the 4 chittas. First jhana, 4, 4, 4, 5th is this. So here you can see back towards the top. So same thing, you have to trace with the top one, what are the mental factors that arises. So 36, 35, 34, 33, and 33. And the fourth one will repeat the whole cycle again. Okay, so this is how we derive how this jhana arises. Let me see. This is talking about here. Okay, which are the thing arises. Okay, so with this, you all should able to trace which are the one that happening. Okay, because my charge is not that fantastic.
You have done a good job. You've done a good job.
Okay, so this complete the first jhana. Then the second jhana, chitta associate 35 types of Cetasika as before, apart from Vitaka. So remember, when one of the second jhana arises, this Vitaka will drop. So 8 jhana Ceta associated with 34 types of Cetasika before. So it's taking the first jhana, but it drop one apart from Vitaka and Vichara. So remember, it's quite easy for you. Remember, if you remember one, with second one, you drop one, Vitaka. Third one, you drop 2, Vitaka, Vichara. And then the 8 full jhana, I mean the fourth jhana one is total of 33 types. So here it dropped 3, Vitaka, Vichara, and Piti. This is a way of remembering. So you run through, you should be able to get what is in the chart explaining. So the final one, the 8th, 5th jhana Ceta associate become 33, apart from this Vitaka, Vichara, and Piti. So basically, the 4th and 5th is of the same number. Okay, got it? I think this is the end of it. So the same thing happened on the so-called fusion. So the same repeated cycle start again. So remember 36, 35, drop 1, drop 1, drop 1, and then the 4th and 5th one share together. Okay? So this explains the Lokotula or super mundane jhana Cetasika arise, and then how this number of Cetasika come together. Okay? So this one, short one.
Okay, thank you, Brother Lau.